Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Bootleg, a Tennessee high school football show where we talk high school football across Middle Tennessee. I'm Tom Krager, high school sports editor at the Tennessean. I'll be your host and bringing in my team from across the state, starting with we've got Aaron Torres from the Knoxville News Sentinel. He's brought on his lucky charm and buddy, the Bunny. George Robinson from the Leaf Chronicle is here in Clarksville. Joe Spears from the Columbia Daily Herald and the Daily News Journal in Murfreesboro, along with Cecil Joyce of the Daily News Journal in Murfreesboro. And we have Michael Odom of the Jackson Sun. Special assignment today. We have got Kari Thompson of the Commercial Appeal in Memphis. We've got him on special assignment, so he will not be able to join us. I guess the good thing, for the show purposes is there weren't a lot of Memphis games this week due to so little teams playing, due to Shelby County schools not playing in the playoffs. So we're going to keep this fairly short. I appreciate everyone that joined us on our special bootleg edition for the playoffs. Because we went over so much stuff then, we're going to keep this somewhat short. First thing on order, where are you guys going Friday night for the first round of the Tennessee high school football playoffs? Joe Spears, you're up first.
I think I'll be at Columbia Gallatin, from what it seems like. Columbia needs a win here. Obviously, it's playoffs, but they've really struggled in the last couple of weeks. So it'll be interesting to see that dynamic between those two teams, because I know Gallatin struggled as well.
Yeah, Gallatin finished second, beat Glencliff for really their only win on the field for region play. So it'll be interesting dynamic there at Carlton Short Field there. Cecil Joyce, where will you be at?
I will be at Smyrna. They will be entertaining Franklin in a 4-versus-1 game. First time in 4 years that Smyrna didn't have to play Independence in the first round of the playoffs. So they're happy about that, if nothing else.
Michael Odom.
I will be at Lexington as the Tigers host White House in the first round of the Class 4A playoffs.
The Blue Devils coming to Lexington. All right, George Robinson.
I will be at Stewart County. Stewart County will be playing Stratford in the first round of 3A playoffs. And, of course, Stewart County is coming off that their very first region championship, beating Fairview last week. So I think that'll be a good game, Stewart County versus Stratford.
And Aaron Torres, where will you be? And will Buddy the Bunny be at home, or is he coming with you?
I wish he could come with, but unfortunately he might delay the games. I will be at Bearden at McMinn County.
And where will you be?
Bearden at McMinn County.
So I will be at Brentwood, a Region 6A champion, playing Cane Ridge. That's a 7-3 Brentwood team with losses to Brentwood Academy and Oakland and Independence. Playing a Cane Ridge team is 3-3. News hit in Nashville that Brentwood has gone virtual. They will have 20. There will be 20. They have 29 kids at the school out with COVID cases. So they've gone virtual. They'll have a lot of contact tracing people out. So it'd be interesting to see how the football team is affected with that. So that's where I'll be. Going on to the next step. First round upsets.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if it's really much of an upset. I think the game Cecil's, record-wise it would be, but the game Cecil's at on Friday, Franklin and Smyrna. Franklin's 5-5. They played a really tough schedule. I saw them play Summit earlier in the year. I know Smyrna's played well at times too. They have a couple of blowout losses, but overall, Smyrna's playing probably a lot better than maybe what we thought. But I just think Franklin, especially up front, that offensive line they've got is really powered a really strong run game. So I think they pull out the win on Friday, and I think they probably do it in convincing fashion.
I think I see that win coming too, and if that happens, I think that may be, if Brentwood can figure out it has enough players to beat Cane Ridge, that could be the final straw in a region sweep there. Cecil Joyce.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Franklin won that game, how big of an upset that really would be. There's some 4-1s that aren't really huge upsets. The upset I'm picking, and I'm staying within Rutherford County, sticking to my guns on what my midseason hot take was, and I'm going Blackman winning a first-round playoff game. I think the Blaze are primed. Their tough, rugged, early season schedule, I think it's got them set up for a good matchup against Hendersonville. Both teams ended the regular season on win streaks. Blackman's schedule is so much more daunting. I think if you just go by battle tested and the way they're playing right now, I'm going with the Blaze on a 4-1 upset.
Michael Odom.
My big upset is number 4 Crockett County, who's 4-4 in the season, at number 1 Fayetteware, who's 7-2. Fayetteware hasn't played since October 9th, and in that they took a 40-point loss to Brighton. Crockett County's got a player in Peyton Curry. Listen to these stats: 248 rushing yards, 35 receiving yards, 216 kickoff returns. On top of that, defensively has 5 takeaways and 56 total tackles. He's the kind of player that can make a difference, and I think Crockett County upsets Fayetteville.
George, what you got for an upset?
I'm going to kind of go way outside my coverage area and my comfort zone a little bit, and I'm going into the Class A bracket. I'm looking at particularly Wayne County versus Moore County, and I'll give credit where credit's due because Moore County has played absolutely phenomenal this year. But kind of looking at all of the brackets, I kind of feel like maybe this one could be a steal for Wayne County. They've been playing a whole lot better lately. I think they've won 4 of their last 6 games, and obviously they're going to have a huge test against Moore County, who's ranked, and the Moore County, I'm sure, is going into this game certainly as the favorite. But I can kind of see maybe Wayne County pulling off a shocker here in the first round that I think would be, would kind of throw at least that half of the bracket in Class A into a little bit of turmoil there.
Aaron Torres, what's your upset?
I have Fulton over Ray County, 4 versus 1 matchup in the Class 5A playoffs. Fulton, even though they're 4-6, they play hard, and Rob Black's a really good coach. They have good players all over the field. They have obviously missed the last 2 weeks because their program was shut down due to concerns over COVID-19. But I still think they'll give Ray County trouble, so I have them upsetting Ray County in the first round.
Is that a Buddy-approved pick?
I think so.
Okay. I'm going to go where George is going, so that if I get this wrong, all of his Stewart County folks will laugh at him, thinking for not realizing I'm the one that picked it. But I'm going to go Stratford over Stewart County. I just think Stratford with Thomas Porter there at coach, he's got enough athletes there. Diarco Perkins had a big game. Diarco Perkins had a great game there for Stratford last week in a huge win over Whites Creek. I think they've played some tough competition. They played Pearl. They played East Nashville. They played Hunters Lane, a 5A program. I just think they get it done and maybe pull off an upset there and perhaps a Region 5-3A sweep over 6-3A with that win, as long as East Nashville can knock off Fairview. That's my pick there. Now we're going to go predictions. We're going to go through 8 of the 9 championship games. We will not touch Division II AAA just because that bracket is not out. We all know, my hot take at midseason when it was going to be Brentwood Academy over NBA, that's still in line to happen, folks. Just remember that. But since the bracket's not out for Division II AAA because some of them are playing this week, we will avoid that classification. So Class 1A, I'm going to start it off. I'm going to say South Pitt, and we talk about South Pitt all the time about what a dominant program in 1A they are. They're going to show everyone how dominant they are. They're going to win the 1A title. They're going to beat Fayetteville 45-21. Joe Spears.
Yeah, I've got the same matchup. I got a closer game, though. I think South Pitt takes it 31-24. I think it's close, but then they get a couple of turnovers in the second half, maybe return one for a pick 6 or something like that. But, I think South Pitt finally gets it done.
Cecil Joyce, 1A.
I'm actually picking Moore County in this championship game. I think they're going to get revenge on Fayetteville and get there, but then they're going to run into a buzzsaw. I've got South Pitt winning 44-14. That would actually be their lowest point total of the season, but it's still a very impressive Blue Cross boat win.
Michael Odom.
I'm like Tom and Joe. I've got South Pitt playing Fayetteville. I think South Pitt wins 24-10, winning a first state title since 2010.
And George?
Well, since I already picked Wayne County to upset Moore, I think, or Moore County, I think Fayetteville's will have the opportunity there to get to the state championship game. But I got South Pitt beating Fayetteville as well, 35-28.
Finally, what does the Bunting think about 1A football? Aaron Torres.
He has South Pitt beating Moore County 49-21.
Moving to 2A football. All right, Odom, we're going to let you go first because it's your team. Go ahead.
I say that Peabody wins a third straight state championship. It'll be their 37th straight victory. I say they beat Meigs County for the second year in a row. I've got a close one, though, because a lot of these skilled players didn't play last year. So this will be a new experience, but they win 28-27.
Okay. George?
Yeah, I have the exact same matchup with Peabody beating Meigs County. I think it'll be 42-20.
Okay. And Aaron?
I've got Peabody as well, beating Meigs County. I actually have it pretty close. I have it 38-34.
I've got Peabody winning as well, but I have a different opponent. I have Peabody 20, Trousdale County, a team, a program we know well. They always seem to get there every couple of years. Trousdale County will get 14 points. Not enough. It'll be 20-14. Peabody wins the third straight, much to the delight of Michael Odom. Joe Spears.
I've got Peabody beating Meigs County 28-17. I think Khalid Ganaway has a huge game for the Golden Tide.
And Cecil?
I like Meigs County getting there. I ponder Trousdale County, but you look at Meigs County, they beat South Pittsburgh. I know they're a class higher, but if you can beat South Pittsburgh in this season, you're pretty impressive. Still, though, I've got Peabody winning their third in a row, 32-21.
Okay. Aaron Torres, I'll start with you because you are Mr. Alcoa. 3A, I imagine it's Alcoa, but what do you got?
I have Alcoa again over Pearl Cone. I have it another shutout, 35-0.
Well, I can tell you, you copied off of me, but you missed the Pearl Cone score. I got 35-14, Alcoa over Pearl. Joe Spears.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pearl Cone gets there, I think they keep it close, but I think Pearl Cone or Alcoa pulls away in the second half, 35-17.
All right, Cecil.
Yeah, I'm a little closer to Joe. I've got Pearl Cone in the finals, but I've got Alcoa winning 28-19. They slow down that offense a little bit late, hold off Pearl Cone. Pearl Cone's going to give them a little bit of trouble in the first half. I think it's going to be a 9-point win.
Well, Michael, Anthony Brown and company, can they do it? Who do you have?
This one I've had to ponder, but I went Alcoa Pearl Cone. Alcoa beats them 35-7 and sends Pearl Cone off to Class 4A with their lone loss on the season.
Okay, George Robinson.
I'm going to go completely against the grain here, and I love Alcoa. I think obviously they are a power, but I am going to say Pearl Cone wins. So Pearl Cone, don't let me down. I think they upset them 28-24.
As the great Catfish, the PA announcer at Pearl Cone always says, don't play with it. In 4A football, I've got Elizabethton winning a second straight over a team they beat last year, Springfield, 49-21. That's my prediction for 4A. Joe, what do you have?
I've got Elizabethton, but I have them playing Hardin County. I have them winning 35-24. They're just too much for the Tigers in the end.
And Cecil?
Joe, quick copying off of me. I've got the same matchup. I've got Elizabethton holding off Hardin County late, scoring a late touchdown to win 37-28.
Okay. And Michael?
I think all y'all are wrong. I think Tullahoma upsets Elizabethton, and Tullahoma wins their first ever state title, 32-20 over Springfield.
Wow, that would be a game to see. George?
I like Elizabethton to beat Hardin County, actually. I think they'll get them 27-20.
And Aaron Torres?
I have Anderson County winning its first ever state championship. Part of that's because Buddy is a fan of Ella, their dog, who picks up the tea after every game. But I have Anderson County beating Hardin County 27-24.
Just keep that bunny away from that dog, or you may need a new bunny. So 5A, Joe Spears, who do you have?
I've kind of gone back and forth. I feel like 5A is really one of the hardest classes to pick this year. There are a ton of really great teams. In the end, though, I've gone with Knox West beating Henry County 31-27. I think Henry County has a really good game on the ground, but Knox West scores a touchdown late to secure the win.
Cecil Joyce.
On Friday night, I said I thought Beach was going to win 5A. I'm going to stick to that. I'm going with the Buccaneers getting their third program state title, 24-21 over Knox West.
Michael Odom.
I agree with Joe. This one's been the hardest one to pick, especially with some weird matchups. But I went Knoxville West, winning their third straight state championship over Henry County, 21-17.
And George.
I do have Knox West getting to the state championship game, but I'm going to go with Beach. I think they'll play Beach in that game. I still like Knoxville West to beat Beach, 21-17.
And Aaron Torres.
I have Knoxville West beating Henry County 27-7.
Okay. I'm going against the grain, folks. The Summit Spartans finished runner-up a year ago. They've battled. They've only played 6 games, so they're rested and ready for a long playoff run. Keaton Wade is going to be healthy, is my prediction. Destin Wade's going to throw a lot of touchdowns. He's going to run for a lot of touchdowns. And it's going to be Summit in the final, winning 21-14 over Knoxville West. You heard it here first. In 6A, I think I know where Cecil's going, but Cecil, who do you have?
I am going with Oakland. I think you knew that.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing I predicted Friday. I'm going Oakland over Ravenwood. I think this would have been a great matchup last year. I'm going with Oakland 35, Ravenwood 14. The Patriots are going to pound it on the ground, and Ravenwood's not going to be able to stop it.
Joe Spears.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I think it's hard to pick against Oakland. I feel like it'll be Oakland or Maryville in the final. I think Oakland gets them this year, and then Oakland beats Bartlett in the final. I really like this Bartlett team. Their only loss is to a good CPA side, but Oakland rolls 45-16 in the final.
Well, that right there is a surprising pick. Michael Odom.
I'm going with Oakland in the championship over Brentwood, 38-21.
George Robinson, what do you have?
I have Oakland. It was difficult. I really wanted to go with Maryville in that state championship game instead of Oakland, but I've been picking Oakland since last year. Why change now? I think they'll beat. I think they'll end up beating. I'm going to say Independence. Independence gets there and shocks everybody and gets to that state championship game, but I think Oakland will beat them. I got that game 42-30.
Aaron Torres.
I have Maryville beating Independence. Final Maryville winning its second straight Class 6A state championship. I have Maryville winning 35-17 over Independence.
I believe it would be their third and 4 years under Derek Hunt.
Yep.
Everybody start saying George who? If he wins 3 out of 4? I know who George is. But this year it's going to be Oakland 38, Ravenwood 21. Ravenwood's going to find some ways to score, but I think the defense is going to be a hard time stopping that run game combined with Isaiah Horton at receiver. I'm saying Oakland 38, Ravenwood 21. That wraps up the Division 1. We'll do the 2 out of the 3 Division 2 classes. Division 2A. Joe Spears.
I think we get a repeat of last year's game between Davidson Academy and USJ. But unlike last year, I think Davidson leads throughout. I think Griffin Sweeney has another monster game, closes out his career on the right foot, and Davidson Academy wins at 30-20.
Cecil, Jordan?
I'm going 42-21 Davidson Academy over DCA. I think DCA gets there, but Davidson Academy's just got too much offense for them.
And Michael Odom?
I agree with Joe. I think it's a rematch of last year's state championship. But Davidson gets the win 32-14 as AJ Quinn has a big game for Davidson Academy.
George Robinson?
I'm going to go a little bit different. Same two teams, Davidson Academy versus DCA, but I'm going to say DCA gets Davidson Academy this year, but not by much. I have them winning 35-28.
And Aaron Torres?
I have the Kings Academy getting to the state championship game, as I'll have that. Unfortunately, I don't have them winning the state title. I have DCA winning 32-29 over the Kings Academy.
Well, here's what I have, folks. Here's what's going to happen. Davidson Academy, undefeated, is going to play DCA, undefeated. And in Davidson Academy's last game in Division 2A, Griffin Sweeney is going to let everyone know his name in this state, and that is Sweeney, and not Swinea, as some may have pronounced in the past. Griffin Sweeney's going to have a great game. He's going to lead them to a third straight game in their last night in Division 2A before going up to AA next season. So it's going to be 35-28, strong performance by DCA and John Lewis, but Davidson wins third in a row. And in Class 2A, Division 2, Cecil, who do you have?
Another thing I predicted on Friday was a rematch of Lipscomb and CPA. I think CPA gets them this time. It's going to be a defensive base, and Patterson is going to not be denied a state championship. I'm going 20-17 Lions.
Okay, Joe?
I think we get a rematch of last year's game, except I have CPA winning 35-24 over ECS. I think Cade Law has a really nice game, and I don't think we're talking enough about ECS this year. They played really, really well so far, so I think it'll be a good one.
And Micah Odom?
I agree with Cecil. I've got CPA in Livingston, and CPA avenging that regular season loss, winning 24-21.
I think you meant Lipscomb, right?
What?
You said Livingston. I think you meant
Lipscomb, yes.
Okay. I've done that before.
Well, Livingston is an academy.
Yep. And there's no Spinea there.
Those Middle Tennessee academies, they run together.
Yeah. George Robinson, what do you got for Division 2 AA?
Well, I kind of agree with Joe in that ECS hasn't gotten a lot of credit. I think teams have kind of slept on them a little bit, but I will say I've been impressed with Lipscomb Academy all year. I think they get to the state championship game and they'll play CPA. I think CPA will end up winning that game. I have them winning at 28-24.
And Aaron?
I have CAK going undefeated this season and winning the state championship. I have CAK over Lipscomb Academy 28-23.
Is that a buddy pick?
He approves.
I think he picked that one for you. All right, folks. I think the best two teams in D2AA throughout the season has been Lipscomb Academy and CPA. Lipscomb Academy's got some great. See, the bunny's actually biting him right now, folks, because he's upset with that pick. I'm going Lipscomb Academy. You know, here's the thing with this: Lipscomb Academy's been really good during the course of the season. They've got a bunch of newcomers. Alec Broom has done a heck of a job. They've picked up they've got a new kicker, great linebacker there that's moved in, and I think Luther Richardson in his second year has done a heck of a job understanding his role with Coach Trent Dilfer's offense. Here's the thing: CPA is very well coached, as is Lipscomb, but they are very well coached. I thought at times they they had some mental errors in that first meeting against Lipscomb that I have not seen that this program do the last couple of years. I think they'll get that corrected. That was also their first game, I think, or one of the second game without Maverick Rodriguez, their best wide receiver, and Cade Law's top target. I think they'll work those bugs out. I think CPA is going to win this game 31-28 on a late field goal. I think it may be the best championship game that we see in Cookeville, minus that D2 AAA, which I'll give you a sneak hint. It's still going to be BA over NBA in the final. Of course, we'll wait for the official brackets to be out Friday. We can talk about that next week. So that's our show for today. Everyone, please dress warm. It's playoff time, and let's get through the playoffs. Let's keep that COVID away from everyone. We've already seen some teams have to cancel games in the playoffs. Hopefully, those will be minimal. Mask up, as Aaron is. I bet the bunny even has his own mask somewhere, maybe, perhaps. But hopefully he'll get one soon, if not. Thank you, everyone, for joining the Bootleg. Of course, our presenting sponsor is Farm Bureau Health Plans. Without their support, we cannot do shows like this, where we tell you our opinions and help kick off the 2020 high school football playoffs. You've been watching the Bootleg, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans.